The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. Listen, man, we can't talk about it. So, we got so many big things, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Are we recording? Yeah, and I was just messing. I forgot who said that. I forgot what album that was. Are we recording? Man, this is big. A lot of news, a lot of stuff happening in the city, man. This Streets A&R Podcast, man. It's your host, Jonny and Ejike with it.
That's your other host, Johnny No Good.
You almost forgot his name, man.
Listen, I didn't know who I was going to go by today.
We got to give him some different aliases, man. Just when he on time. I only know like two of them, so we got to give him some more aliases. But man.
Mr. Look But Don't Say Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something like that.
Yeah, because you already know I'm already the other one.
The other one.
The other one, man. So, man, glad to be here. The city got a lot going on, man. I was at the boxing gym earlier.
Okay.
You know, boxing gym empty right now because all the pros, they in camp. Because if y'all had known, Bud Crawford took the fight against somebody. I forgot his name, David I something. I'm gonna look it up later. But the whole thing with Spence didn't work out. A lot of rumors as to why it didn't work out. I don't care because Bud finna get a real payday. Finally, they talking 8 figures on his side. At home, man, in the city, in Omaha. It's been some years since he been in Omaha and fought. So you already know the tickets finna sell out day one. Literally, they gonna sell out day one. So I'm waiting on that announcement. Lord hopes it's after payday. Lord, please, please do not release these tickets before Halloween. Somebody gonna have to, hey, oh man, don't release them before Halloween. We gonna be in there. Man, good day. Hopefully Steven get a fight on this card too. And I'm wondering if one of the, I don't think they will, but they might, one of the Davis brothers, DB3, might get on that card. Make it a real Omaha fight scene from the folks in the gym, people who really got here busting heads. So, man, that was some big news, man. I'm excited for that. And the whole city gonna be electric, I hope Spence stay at home because don't fly to Omaha. We don't need no incidents before the fight. Just stay in D-Town for the fight. But yeah, man, I'm excited. So everybody in camp mode at the gym. So just beat the kids up earlier today. Everybody in camp mode. So that's gonna be cool. We talked about last time, a lot of projects coming out. Whole lot of buzz, whole lot of everything happening. A lot of projects. Eddie North, Jay Crumb. I got Wakanda One, man. Just listen. Definitely listen. Extremely soulful, man.
Yes, sir.
You talking about the right vibrations and just good music. They even had when we was talking about Detroit earlier, little Detroit soul in there. It's like, oh man, you can almost a step song in here. A real love song.
Keep your energy up high. I know which one you're talking about.
So man, it was beautiful, man. And like I said, they got to kind of jump out here first for the city during this fourth quarter, man. So a lot of things happening in the city, man. It's an exciting time. Getting the jackets ready. It's jacket weather. We got something big for that. So yeah, man, I don't know. Y'all tell me, man. I am ready for the fourth quarter. We got things going on. We got big things popping. We got our men's mental health group coming up. We got What's the Word? We got a big opportunity with one of these album releases. So be on the lookout for that from Streets A&R.
Yeah, but we got a special guest over here today.
And we got, man, we often talk about the heart and soul of the pod. We got our heart and soul that play our background, but today we're gonna highlight one of these young gentlemen, multi-talented, and we'll get into how we even found this man or how he found us and how this all worked out. But he got his nickname that was coined from our guy D1, who helped jump this pod off. Coined it just from being around him, just literally feeling his energy, being around him. And he just came out and said, "Hey man, that's the young guy right there."
That's the young guy.
So man, from behind the boards, somebody who rarely speaks behind the boards, but helps keep this engine going. He does our video editing, our text and specs guy, let us know very directly when we fucking up and what we need to have to improve. Man, we got our guy Young God in the building, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Ray
sir.
King, man.
Other one.
Oh man, hit that again. Yeah.
For sure. Thank you. Blessed to be here. You feel me? You say your heart and soul. That's because I'm always happy. That's for sure.
Yes, sir, man. So, oh man, I'm gonna ask him first. Then, how we even run into you? The most eager man in life.
For sure. So how that happened was I was at this college readiness program called Upward Bound, and I was doing my first summer with them. And I just so happened to take a class with Eric, and he was talking about hip hop. And I was like, okay, this is nice. I remember the first song you played, I was in there, I was sitting in the back. It was a song with no drums. I was like, when the drums finna come in? I'm in there getting ready to beat on the table, like expecting hits. No drums the whole time. I was like, dang. That's kind of disappointing, but I love the experience though.
I'm like, what song was I playing? I wonder.
I think it was something about somebody getting high. No, that was a different.
Oh, no. Yes, it was. I remember that. I remember that was Stro. Okay. Yeah, that was Stro. Okay. Continue.
And then I was just talking to him about how I wanted to like improve, or like I'm eager to like do things and like change, and like I want to get into the scene and do stuff. And then we was just talking and exchanging contacts, and the bro was like, "Oh, I got an opportunity for you." I'm like, okay. So I pull up, I see my other guy there, Jonny. I'm like, yes, sir. Jonny was also one of my teachers during that time too. He gave me a lot of bias confirmation, or not like bias confirmation, but like confirmation on a lot of things I was believing and moving in the direction I was moving in. I'm like, okay, if an old head doing this, then it got to be right.
Old head. Oh man, he aged just like crazy, but it is, but technically we the old heads there.
Listen,
I'll take that with much grace.
Hey, that's that wisdom right there.
Yes, sir, man. So definitely met him in the summer last year, and dynamic individual. So with you being dynamic, explaining to people what all the things that you do, what are you into as far as your with your creativity.
All right, best. So first it started off with music. I was just writing music. Then I wanted to make my own beats because I didn't want to pay for beats online. So I learned how to make beats. Then in doing that, I had to learn how to engineer. So I know how to engineer. In doing that, I had to learn how to create cover art. I learned Photoshop. In doing that, I eventually want to shoot music videos. I had to learn that, but I had to learn that for the YouTube too. So I had to learn cameras. Now I'm getting ready to learn marketing and all this other stuff too. So I do a lot of things. And I'm blessed to be able to do a lot of things because not many people have the will to even handle that much or want to learn that much.
And when you talk about the will to want to do, and for you, like being like a one-man band, at this moment, being a one-man band, where do you kind of contribute that will and that drive from to constantly assess an issue or assess something and try to figure it out? Where did you get that drive and that will from?
To be honest, I would say I wouldn't really know. It just came out of nowhere. I remember one summer, very important summer of 2020, Corona year, my best year of my life. Not gonna lie to you. I grew so much in that year, and in me growing, I was able to heal myself, and in me healing myself, I turned back into the childlike state that I was. That's why I'm always happy all the time. You know, for some reason, people say it's a red flag to be happy all the time. I don't see how that's possible. So in me gaining that in me healing myself, I was able to go back and get this will to do whatever I want to do what I want to do, to execute. And really, not gonna lie, I was a little jealous of people, everybody popular, whatnot. So I'm like, okay, I have to find a way that I can stand out. And then that is just working harder than everybody else.
For sure. You kind of said something important when you talk about the best year, but healing yourself. So you don't have to go too deep, but what were some of the things that you had to battle with and try to, and what did you battle with? And then how were you able to, a couple of steps of how you were able to heal and come out of those spaces?
So one thing for sure, and Jonny gave me a book about it and I read it. It was called The 4 Commandments, and it was about being impeccable with your word. And I had to do some shadow work, mirror talking, just like healing myself with my own words, because I wasn't always positive with my words towards myself. And I had to change that about myself, change what I do in order to improve the way I feel and the way I move.
So I don't know if Jonny want to.
I mean, I'm still filling out the interview of where it's going.
Yeah. I'm just trying to pick up on the little things that he talks about. So coming out of 2020, coming into now, what I'm going to ask with the skill sets that you have gained, what's been one of the ones that's the most challenging for you to either pick up on early, or the most challenging one that you're having while you're trying to master these skills? Whether it's production is production, but is it challenging working with new software? Is it challenging on the new sounds and trying to be creative? Is the video work challenging? Like, what's been the most challenging thing to really pick up and kind of move forward with?
So as far as that, I feel like the hardest thing is just the beat production. Because sometimes it comes and go. Like software, that's easy because once you learn one, it's universal. Pro Tools to Logic to FL is all universal. But as far as the production, it's me finding a good idea and then executing on that good idea correctly. Because I done made a couple beats that was like trash, but I had to get those out the way, so I still made them. So I can make room for the good ones. And then as far as like the video production, that's easy. I have a YouTube channel, shout out Journey of One, Path of Many, you feel me? On that channel, I'm just throwing up clips. I learned to edit through the journey of this whole year. My goal this year was to drop a video a week, once a week on that channel, and I've been doing that. Some weeks I done dropped all week. Some weeks I done dropped 2 videos for like 2-3 months. That's what I was doing. And on there, I was learning how to edit, which helped me for the little internship I did, which pushed me even more. So like now, as far as the editing, that's like the easiest thing. But what I'm getting ready to get into is gonna be a little difficult. I just gotta learn how to use effects right. And for that, I'm talking music videos. I'm getting ready to shoot some. I'm gonna start with myself and then some of the close homies just so I get some practice in. And then I'm gonna go in and really execute with the community.
Yeah, that's dope. As far as with like transitioning into the music video and cinematography, being a multi-hyphenate creative, how do you describe yourself? Because I mean, I could call you an artist, I could call you a producer, I could call you a digital creator, but I feel like none of those titles are adequate. How do you describe yourself, and how important is it for you to keep constantly reinventing yourself?
I wouldn't really know what to describe myself. I'm just me. I just do what I do. I love to do what I do. I find fun in everything. I find joy in everything that I do, even if it's hard, even if it's something I'm not completely comfortable with. I still got to go find that joy because I have the ability to do that. So why not do it? And as far as, what's the other question?
Just flowing with it, man.
Yes.
So so I know you don't know, I know you don't know exactly what to call yourself. So, and this is going to kind of go with it. What is in the future, what are you looking to build, and what are you going to classify that as? So you have all these skills. You're in video production, music production, engineering, art, creation. So actual rapping and artistry. what are you looking to create in the future with using these skills?
I was thinking about that earlier today, and I was like, I really would love to do something just for myself, just to like be an artist and just create everything myself. But I also would love to just do that for other people. So my end goal would be to own my own multimedia company. We doing music, video, marketing, because I'm gonna end up learning marketing too, and just be a whole package for an artist. So you know how like an artist has all these other people doing this stuff for him? Now I'm gonna be that one company that do it all for you. That would be my end goal.
So with you looking at being a multimedia company, and not just you building a multimedia company, because that takes a lot of others to join the mission. What would you say your overall kind of overarching mission is at this point in life? Like, do some people create a mission statement? Do you have a mission statement, or even just thinking about it now, what would you say your mission is as of right now in life?
Well, right now at the moment, my mission is to just have fun, to enjoy myself, to be the person who I wasn't when I was younger. But as far as the media, my mission for that would just be to create what's ever on my heart, to create what's ever on my mind, to push somebody else's idea into the forefront so everyone else can see it. That would be my mission statement.
For sure, man. With I'm sorry, John.
You got it.
With that as your mission, who or what companies have you looked at for whether it's a direct mentorship where you're getting some insight from them, or an indirect mentorship that you're watching and observing how they are doing business, or you're watching maybe some of their YouTube videos, or you're keeping up with their business? Are there any companies that are people in the space that you kind of look towards for guidance, whether directly getting it from them or indirectly you just watching and observing and studying?
For sure. So I did do an internship this summer for media and marketing, and that was at the Latino Center. So that they had a direct impact into me and to who I'm becoming. But as far as like everything else, I learned everything by myself. I'm self-taught. So YouTube for sure. If we talking on YouTube globally, Lyrical Lemonade, most def. I love all their videos. They have tons of effects. They work with dope artists. I love what they do, and I see what they do, and I take that as inspiration. But as far as here in Omaha, I look at the videos, the video creators Shot by Quan, and then I think it's Woody, I forgot his name. I just seen him on Instagram today. I like his videos too. I definitely either want to work with them or just shadow them. I got to email them, let them know what's up, so I can just follow them around and see what they do.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Quan is my cousin, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Another cousin.
Everybody your cousin.
I'm related to everybody, bro.
Well, yeah, man. I'm just be thinking because, the one thing the young guy do is talk fast and get to the point.
Nah, yeah, that's for sure. That's something I've been training myself on for my own YouTube channels, because I used to talk for like 10, 15 minutes and then nobody would watch them. So then I just shorten myself down to get straight to the point. So now everything under like 6 minutes.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But for interviews, you got to be long-winded. No, I'm playing. You ain't got to be long-winded. I'm messing with you. So one of the reasons I asked, because I'm very familiar with some of the, not with some, but with a few companies, and I kind of myself, I do some shadow learning, and may chime in here and there in the comments and just watching how people maneuver and operate. So with us being on a podcast, I pay attention to how people run podcasts. I pay attention to the setup. I pay attention to the branding aspect or the rebranding. I pay attention to how the interactions are. And then not even on podcast itself, I try to consume videos that deal with the multimedia level marketing, the people who talk business even above my level. So I got to understand where I got to get to be able to speak that lingo. Somewhat interesting, like for you to watch and kind of go in retrospect and look at their stuff is somebody like Gary Vee, and watching all of just see, not watching all their videos, but seeing what he created, how he started, and everything in between. And watching some of those videos, because he has a multi-level marketing business. So I always say try to find ways to get some indirect mentorship and one of those people who actually comment back if you talk to them. But just looking at that as well. And then being, one thing I know with you, young guy, you're not afraid to try. So when even you just said, I'm going to reach out and email them and see what's up, you don't really care if it's a yes or a no. And most people, you're already going to be past that first step of, I got to take action. So I think that's why you've come across so much success so fast in your life of just learning and being a sponge, because you're ready to take action, not waiting on it. Oh, they do this. I kind of need this. I want to learn this. Hey, what's up? What y'all doing? And that's an amazing, I'm going to call it a skill. I'm not going to say just that's a skill to learn to be able to do that so early, man. So I'm going to ask you a question about, go and get there. I'm going to ask you about us and the pod with the opportunities. I'm going to ask, what has been one of your favorite things to learn about while our journey we're about a year in? What's been one of your favorite moments or things to learn from and learn about since we've been on this pod?
Let me see if I can make this one long-winded for you. So for sure, based on skills, what I most definitely learned was like being able to set stuff up, but that's just like basic. What I really want to say is to be able to maneuver in whichever way. Be like water. You pour water in a cup, it takes the shape of whatever it's in. That's what I learned to be like. And on like skills, I learned like Premiere more. I learned cameras more. I learned personalities more. I learned more about myself and how I should conduct myself with a team. I was just thinking a couple weeks ago how one of my goals for being in college or for being in school is to be able to move as a unit. Because in high school, I learned how to move solo dolo. And like me being in college, I move like that all the time. But like I should now probably start taking that chance, since I'm out there with other people, like-minded people who want to grow and got goals and whatever, to be able to move as a team. That's something I want to start doing. That's something I want to start implementing into my life beyond just the podcast and what we're doing here with myself and gathering people who I feel like are good quality people around me.
That's some great training grounds to do it. That's actually the purpose of it. Anybody can get a degree online now. So being in the space, being amongst opportunities to not just meet people, but have working groups, working organizations, is very important. That if that's a goal of yours, to try some of these orgs out, even if they ain't in your wheelhouse per se, just to build up that confidence, build up that skill of being around people, of learning team dynamics, of working with people. It's good to read it in the book and get the theory of it, but you got to get practical and really get a feel for it. So, man, that's amazing. That's commitment to personal growth and development, all around. So to be a well-rounded individual, not just an individual. Yeah, man.
Hey, it's funny. I think I know why I'm really like this. I remember my dad, he used to tell me it's better to have a whole bunch of skills than to just be good at one thing. And like, I took that to heart. That's why I know how to do all this stuff. That's why I know how to do all these things. That's why I'm always about personal growth and being a well-rounded individual.
I got one in on that. So yes, I agree to have a bunch of skills. If you had to master one, and it had to be your calling card. So if somebody really was like, I know this is what I'm gonna go for them first, what would that be for you?
That's a good one. That's a good question. I love to do a lot of things. A lot of things are really my favorite thing to do, but I would probably say producing. Producing for sure. Making the music. And when you was playing that little sneak peek, I was in there like this. I was moving my fist with the 808. Because I love how the 808s just move and swing and just make you feel something in your soul, for sure.
Yeah, man. Now y'all kind of see why we call him the young god. You got any? You just trying to go?
I'm just vibing, man.
Yeah.
It's cool to see young God on this side of the camera,
Man.
Yeah,
you know.
sure.
And he was excited. I said, "Hey, man." I said, "Yo," I said, "Hey, young guy, man." I sent him a text. Hey, you feel like being in front of the camera?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What's the topic?" Dan was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." I'm like, so I'm like, "All right, yeah." It's like I'm like, we can do whatever, but why not an interview so they learn who you are? He's like, "Cool. This is what I want the title." Came prepared to let you know who he is. On that, is there anything else that, especially when you talk about not just your journey professionally, but your personal journey, what is there a bit of advice, or is there anything that you want to give to the people that you may feel may have been in your similar spot? Because a lot of people can feel inadequate and have to learn how to talk to themselves to make themselves feel better, to pick up their morale. Is there anything that you would give to the people that, especially the young people that were in your spot or could be in that spot?
For sure. You know, I'm planning to drop a video about this too, so it's just a little sneak peek. So I would definitely say self-love is the most important thing. I remember I used to hear about it when I was younger, and I was like, nah, that can't be true. It's silly. Y'all trolling, y'all playing with me. But nah, it's for real. It's the medicine to all, or at least to most of my life problems, was the fact that I didn't have self-love. And the fact that I started implementing it just made my whole life like brighter. I could finally see the sun. I could finally see the stars. I could finally sit and smell the roses. I could finally communicate how I want to. And in order to gain that self-love, you have to do a lot of work. It's just talking to yourself, shadow work. You got to be able to find your traumas and heal from them. And you gotta avoid a little something too. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. For those who know, you know. But those is what I did in that summer. And I started to really see my life change. I started attracting more people towards me. Jonny, Eric, other people. I started to have visions of what I wanted to do. I started to gain direction in my life from self-love and all the other things that I did. And now I have that direction. And now I'm moving in that direction, or in the direction where I want to move, where I want to be at. Every day, the small things, they make a big impact. I'm changing myself 0.001% a day, whether that's beats, self-reflection, journaling. I journal too. That's something I do a lot. That's something I started that year of 2020, Corona year. I keep forgetting what year it really is, but it might be 2020. That year, I really started to change. With self-love, I started to move and improve. Bars. I started to grow. That's something I really would tell everybody to do. And they say, like I said before earlier, they say it's a red flag to be happy all the time. I don't see how that's possible. I'm joyful all the time. Really, 80% of the time, I'm happy. 10% I'm meh. The other 10, it's like I'm sad. But every time people see me, I'm always happy. I always got a smile on my face. Yes, I'm serious at some points, but that's because I'm about business when I'm serious. But right now, I'm happy. I'm joyful. And I'm just moving with positivity.
Yeah, I think people, when they say they don't like happy all the time, they don't like the mask that people wear happy as. So it's different when it's coming from a true place and you truly feel when that happiness, to be happy most of the time, is mainly people who feel gratitude for being in the position they in. However you look at that position is one thing, but it's how that person views that position. Because there's some people who choose gratitude, know that I might be low, but I knew I was lower, or it could have been worse. They choosing gratitude to be in that spot that they in now. So people can recognize when it's genuine. So I don't, so it's okay to be genuinely happy, genuinely content, genuinely joyful. It's just when it's a mask and people can tell, they can smell it on you. So as long as that gratitude, that joyfulness is genuine and real, I think the people one, actually love it and know they need to be around it a little more. They either get around it a little more or they run from it when they know they ain't in a position for it. So there ain't nothing wrong with it as long as it's real. So when it ain't real, it's okay to be in the real space. Definitely okay. But before we end this thing, man, I want to know what is one or a couple things that you are trying to achieve by the end of this calendar year.
For a second, I thought you was gonna ask me what I want to do next year. I was getting ready to tell you that.
Let's go to the end of this year. We'll get to your 1 and 5 year goals in a minute.
So for sure, by the end of this year, I most definitely want to finish my goal for dropping a video a week on my YouTube channel. I've been doing that for a whole year. I've grown a lot. I'm seeing what I did wrong and how I can improve on my video delivery, my editing, and I'm getting ready to incorporate some new stuff to my production. That's most definitely what I really want to finish.
So where can they? So these videos you working on, where can they even find them? What are they?
So,
and explain that channel
for sure. So I kind of hate the category I put myself in, but like it doesn't really matter. The channel is called Journey of One, Path of Many. The cool thing is I made this title, or I made the name back in like 2019. And like I wrote it down in my notes. I was like, I want to have a YouTube channel. I don't know what I should call it. Journey of One, Path of Many. I looked it up. Nobody had that name. And then when it came time around for me to make the channel a year later, nobody still had that name. I was like, ooh. So I explained the name on my first ever video. It's called Young God Is Here, Day One, Journey One, Path of Many, whatever. So Journey of One, I'm talking about my journey. Journey of the one, me, my journey. The path of many, we're all living life. So we're all walking the same path of life. So I'm explaining my journey through the path of life. That's the title. That's what my name means.
Man. So he about what he say he about, ladies and gentlemen. So don't think it's all fluff. These are things you can look up. Like you say, he's a music producer. So where your music at?
Well, right now, my music is on SoundCloud. Ray the King is on SoundCloud. But as far as like my music, production, beats, is not out there. Nobody has anything of mine. Only because I want to create some exclusive that's only passed around by word of mouth. But as far as that, I am going to showcase some of my skills next year on a YouTube channel I'm going to have. I don't know the name of it, but it's going to be about production. It's going to be me giving tutorials and demonstrating a little bit of my skills. So just stay on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He said he trying to be like Mad Lib. You can only reach me through email. I ain't got no phone. Only special get the beats. Ain't nothing wrong with the exclusivity, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Man, I'm about out, man. This man be rolling, boy. He that energy just be up, man. That energy be up. I'm excited. With what we got going on the pod, last one from me. Last one. What are you most excited about? What we have created and where we going with this podcast?
On a personal level, I'm very excited to touch new equipment. That's for sure. I want to get my hands on that new equipment. We was just talking about cameras earlier before we started recording the show, so I'm most definitely excited for that. But as far as the podcast itself, I'm excited to see where it takes us. I'm excited to record shows in different states. I'm excited to bring on artists that I've been listening to for like 5-10 years now. I'm excited to branch out and give my beats to these artists. I'm excited to move in that direction and really just expand my worldview through the people we interview and the conversations that I hear and the conversations that we have.
Man, if you, I'd be hyped up. Just go, hey, look, I keep going because they keep going. Now I ain't gonna lie, like they'll make you keep going, and not because it's like a real push. It's if you got to be an example, and you know you got to set the precedent. They set it. They like I work, I do this. I'm in school. I'm producing this. I'm getting this done. I'm editing these videos. What you doing? I'm working. So if they keep you on your toes, that's how you not get left behind. And there's even a big push in hip hop of the older generation, the old heads. Some of them are getting left behind, and some of them are reaching back like, no, I'm working with these young dudes. What are y'all talking about? They got the energy. They got the wave. They got what's really going on. They got the pulse. So if I want to stay alive, I need to connect to the pulse. Keep the beat going. So we are here just to be of guidance, to be a vessel to sharpen your tools, and to, help elevate you, bro. And everything that you've given to us and open us up to, and the sharp criticism, and just being on your toes at all times, and being ahead of, like, we need this. Being ahead of it because you're thinking of it, it warms my heart, because you have taken on to something that I created, and you've taken it as your own. So there's nothing else. There's nothing more somebody who creates something could want, but to somebody to latch on and say, I take this as my own as well. This is a us thing, and it keeps people like me wanting to do more, wanting to grind, wanting to see how I can improve, how I can make your job, not even how to make it more difficult, but not because of the workload, but because of the new things that we're introducing to sharpen you up even more. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to make your life easier, but I want to make your work difficult, because it's going to grow you because of the amount of different things that you'll be able to touch and to do and to get into. Like you said, we're going to be traveling. We're going to be doing a whole interviewing some big names. We're going to be in different places, different setups. And it is good to have people who riding with you, who are invested with you, who just want to be around, truly want to be around. That's always the first step. Who want to be here? And everybody in this room wants to be here. So I'm grateful for you. I'm excited to see where you go. I'm excited to see your growth through these next 3.5 years in college. Not necessarily the camera and the production. I want to see your growth, to see how you start to execute that team aspect, how you grow in that area, what you get into. Like, he about to be in a badminton club, pickleball, acting club, chess club, fencing, all kind of team stuff, synchronized swimming. I'm like, man, he just really dove into the team. I ain't mad at it though, man. But young guy, man, I am grateful for you to be here. I'm excited. I'm excited because you excited, and I am proud to be one of your old heads, bro. Who'd have thought? My old head. Johnny, any parting words, man?
Oh, man, just thank you, young guy, for the ride that you've been on with us. It's been a beautiful journey since running into you last year, one of dedication, and I just look forward to seeing what's next. When you come across somebody who's going to change the world, you one of 3 students who I done taught so far that's going to change the world. So I just look forward to that.
Thank you.
And give us our 2% on them royalties, my nigga. Just don't play with us. We go talk business, and when you blow, we be like, hey, man, I'm like, you remember us? Hey, let us see it. He gonna be like, I don't know them fools. Who was that? Like, damn, he done switched up on us, but it's okay. We got you recorded now. It's over with. Dang. Yeah, man. We appreciate you. And I got Montreal in the back just smiling. You know his time is coming.
Yeah. God, you next, boy.
Man, but we gonna get to some. It's been a great one, man. I love, again, man, this is the soul of this thing, man. Like, luckily he is in a good mood. It's the soul. And we got to get to some real business. We got so many things on the horizon, and these fellas here are why they have come into fruition, man. So I appreciate the dedication, the will, and want to, and the hard work, and everything, man. It is time for us to get paid. So, man, we gonna make it happen, man. So, man, where can they find you at, young God?
Y'all can find me on YouTube at Journey One Path of Many. I will not disclose the IG. It's already going to be in the link in the description anyway, but that's where you can find me at.
So we'll know if his followers go up on IG. That means you watched the video to the end. We got you. But yeah, man, it's been a good one, man. I appreciate y'all, and we gonna continue to get to it. Don't be surprised soon when you see a scenery change. That's all I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's your host, man. Hey, before we get there, follow us, Streets A&R. We on everything but Apple. We coming up on a year. We gonna fix that glitch. And but also Streets A&R, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So even if you don't have all the podcast sites, you can go to Facebook on our Facebook and listen to the podcast.
He said Facebook. He said Facebook. That's exactly why you the old head.
I'm the old head, but listen, man, I got like 4,000 friends on Facebook, dog. I gotta feed them too. But yeah, man, we got a lot of things working. We got events coming up real soon. Why Johnny laughing?
Oh man, just thinking about that Facebook, being on Facebook.
I was on Facebook when it was college only. That's crazy.
Man, I remember I was on Facebook before black people got on there.
Man, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we
I remember the switch in migration.
Man.
I still remember when the street niggas got on Facebook. So I remember that. It wasn't a street thing to do to be on the social media. I remember that. So yeah,
man.
Different times.
MySpace, Black Planet. Oh my God. Coding before coding was
shit. Man, and don't talk about the Yahoo chat rooms. But with that being said, man.
Yeah, it's your host, Get Ejike with it.
It's your other host, Johnny No Good. I remember my name this time.
Young God, for sure. We out. Peace.
Hey, man, we'll catch y'all later, man.
Peace.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.